Hello, everyone. I'm Oliver. Welcome back to English Flash Talk. Today, we are opening a conversation that is bigger than just grammar or vocabulary. We are talking about the invisible wall that stops millions of people from reaching their goals.
Hi guys, I'm Sophie, and that wall is called overthinking. It's that voice in your head that says, wait, you aren't ready yet. You need to study one more book. You need to watch 10 more videos. You need the perfect moment.
It's a trap, Sophie. I call it the infinite preparation trap. We feel like we are being productive because we are gathering information, but in reality, we are just scared to start.
It's so true. And this doesn't just happen with English. It happens when you want to go to the gym, or when you want to start a new business, or even start a new hobby. We collect all the gear, we read all the articles, but we never actually do the thing.
Why do you think we do that, Sophie? Why is it easier to buy a book about fitness than it is to actually do one push-up?
I think it's because information feels safe. As long as I am studying, I cannot fail. If I only read about how to speak English, I don't have to face the embarrassment of making a mistake in front of a real person.
Exactly. Preparation is a shield, but eventually, that shield becomes a prison. You become heavy with knowledge, but light on experience. You know the theory of swimming, but you are terrified of the water.
Heavy with knowledge, but light on experience. Wow, Oliver, that really hits home. I know so many people who have been studying English for 10 years, but they cannot order a pizza on the phone because they are overthinking the verbs.
And that is what we want to change today. We want to break that cycle. We want to show you that starting is a skill in itself. It is more important than being correct.
Starting is a skill. I love that. It means we can practice it. We can practice being imperfect. We can practice being messy.
Precisely. In this episode, we are going to explore why your brain is lying to you when it says you aren't ready. We are going to talk about how to quiet that voice and just take the first step, no matter how small it is.
I'm ready for this because I'm tired of waiting for a perfection that never comes. Let's dive into the psychology of why we wait so long to begin.
So, Sophie, let's talk about why we stay in that safety zone. It's usually because our brains are experts at creating disaster movies. We imagine the worst-case scenario before we even open our mouths.
Oh, I am a director of those movies. If I think about starting something new, my brain immediately shows me a video of everyone laughing at me, or me failing miserably and losing all my confidence.
It's a survival mechanism, right? Our brains want to keep us safe from danger. In the past, danger was a lion. Today, danger is social embarrassment or looking like a beginner.
But that is the problem. You cannot be an expert without being a beginner first. It's impossible. Even the most successful entrepreneurs or the best English speakers had a day one where they sounded a bit silly.
Exactly. But when we overthink, we magnify the risk. We think that if we make one mistake, it's the end of the world. We forget that most people are too busy thinking about themselves to notice our errors.
That is so true. We think the spotlight is on us, but everyone else is also worried about their own spotlight. It's actually very liberating when you realize that people don't care as much as you think they do.
It is liberating. But how do we stop those movies from playing? One technique I use is called the 3-second rule. If I have an impulse to do something, like ask a question in English or send an email about a new project, I count to 3 and just do it.
3, 2, 1, go. I like that. It doesn't give your brain enough time to invent a problem, because if you wait for 10 seconds, your brain will give you 5 reasons why you should stay quiet.
Exactly. The more you wait, the more the fear grows. It's like jumping into a cold pool. If you stand on the edge and look at the water, it feels colder and colder. But if you just jump, the shock only lasts a second.
And then you are in? You are swimming. You are doing it. The anticipation of the pain is always worse than the pain itself.
Always. Whether it's English, or starting a YouTube channel, or joining a new class. The overthinking is the hardest part. The actual work is usually much easier than the worrying.
So, the first step to stopping the overthinking is accepting that the catastrophic movie in your head is fiction. It's not real. It's just your brain being overprotective.
Precisely. And once you understand that, you can start to ignore the director and just follow the script of action. Now, let's tackle one of the most dangerous lies our brains tell us. I'm waiting for the perfect moment. We think that someday the stars will align. We will have extra energy, perfect quiet, and zero stress.
Oh, I know that feeling. I tell myself, I will start my project on Monday because Monday is a fresh start. But then Monday comes, and I am tired, or the internet is slow, and I say, okay, next month is better.
It's a mirage, Sophie. The perfect moment is a ghost that never arrives. If you wait until you feel 100% ready, you will be waiting for the rest of your life.
It's actually a form of procrastination, isn't it? We disguise it as being responsible or careful, but it's really just fear in a fancy suit.
Exactly. Think about learning English. Some people say, I'll start speaking when I have a better vocabulary. But how do you get a better vocabulary? By speaking. It's a circle.
It's like saying, I will wait until I am fit before I go to the gym. It makes no sense. The gym is where you get fit. The conversation is where you get fluent.
Precisely. And this applies to everything. If you want to start a podcast or a business or a new habit, you have to start when you are busy, when you are tired, and when you are uncertain.
Because those are the real conditions of life. Life is never going to stop being messy. So, if we can do it now, in the middle of the chaos, then we know we can actually sustain it.
That is a very deep point, Sophie. Action in the middle of imperfection is stronger than action in perfect conditions. It builds a different kind of character.
So, the secret isn't to wait for the sun to shine. The secret is to learn how to walk in the rain.
Beautifully said. Don't wait for the perfect teacher, the perfect app, or the perfect level of confidence. Use the broken English you have today. Use the 5 minutes you have right now.
It's about momentum, isn't it? Once you start, the next step becomes easier. The hardest part of a car journey is starting the engine when it's cold.
Exactly. Starting is heavy, but moving is light. So stop looking at the calendar for a special date. Today is a Tuesday or a Thursday, and it is perfect because it is here. Let's talk about a concept that changed my entire perspective on success. It's called B- work.
B-. That sounds like a bad grade in school. My parents always wanted me to get an A+. Are you telling us to be lazy, Oliver?
Not at all. I'm telling you to be efficient. Most overthinkers are perfectionists. They want their English to be an A+. They want their new business to be an A+. But because an A+ is so hard to reach, they never finish anything.
Oh, I see. So because we are afraid of getting a B, we stay at 0. We don't turn in the homework at all.
Exactly. B- work is about completion over perfection. It's better to have a B- conversation in English, where you make mistakes, but you actually communicate, than to have a perfect conversation in your head that nobody ever hears.
That is a huge weight off my shoulders. If my goal is just to be okay, or B-, I feel much more relaxed. I can accept that I will use the wrong preposition. I can accept that my accent isn't perfect.
Acceptance is the key. When you aim for B-, you actually start doing the work. And here is the secret, Sophie. You cannot get to an A+ without passing through B- first. Progress is a staircase, not an elevator.
So, the garbage first draft of a video, or the broken first sentence of a chat, is actually mandatory. It's not a failure. It's a requirement.
It's the tuition you pay for success. Think about starting a YouTube channel. Your first video will probably be terrible. The lighting will be bad, and you will sound nervous. But if you don't make that bad video, you will never learn how to make a great one.
This applies to everything in life. If you want to be a good leader, you have to be a B- leader first. If you want to be a great cook, you have to burn a few meals.
Exactly. Done is better than perfect. If you finish a task, even if it's imperfect, you have something to improve. If you never start, you have nothing.
I think I am going to try to be a B- English speaker today. I am going to focus on output and quantity. I want to speak 10 sentences, even if they all have small errors.
That is the spirit. Quantity eventually leads to quality. The more you do, the better you get. But overthinkers try to find the quality before they start the quantity. It's backward.
It really is. We need to get the reps in. Like in the gym, you don't lift the heaviest weight on day one. You start with the light ones and you just keep going.
Exactly. Consistency beats perfection every single time. Now, let's look at the real reason we care so much about being perfect. It's often our ego. We overthink because we are worried about our image. We want to look smart, competent, and successful at all times.
Oh, that is a tough one to admit, Oliver. But you are right. When I'm scared to speak or start something, it's because I'm thinking about me. What will they think of me? Will I look stupid?
Exactly. Overthinking is often self-centeredness in disguise. We think the entire world is watching us with a magnifying glass. We believe that if we make a mistake, everyone will remember it forever.
But the truth is, nobody cares as much as we think they do, right?
Nobody. Think about it. When was the last time you saw someone make a mistake in public or hear someone speak broken English? Did you laugh at them all day? Did you tell all your friends about it?
Never. I actually usually feel respect for them because they are trying. And then, 5 minutes later, I forget about it because I am back to thinking about my own problems.
Precisely. Everyone is the protagonist of their own movie. They are too busy worrying about their ego to care about yours. This is the most liberating realization you can have.
So, if I stop being so preoccupied with myself, I actually become free to learn. If I accept that I am allowed to be unimportant for a moment, the pressure disappears.
It really does. When you let go of the need to impress, you gain the ability to express. Whether you are starting a new business or speaking a new language, you have to be okay with looking like a fool for a little while.
Looking like a fool. That is the price of admission for greatness. Every master was once a disaster.
Every master was once a disaster. I am writing that one down. Sophie, that is gold. If you cannot tolerate being a disaster, you will never reach the master level. Your ego will keep you small and safe forever.
It's like wearing a mask that is too heavy. You are so focused on keeping the mask in place that you cannot even walk forward.
Exactly. Take the mask off. Tell people, hey, I'm learning. I might make mistakes. Tell your potential clients, I'm starting out and I'm working hard. Being vulnerable is actually a magnet for connection.
Vulnerability over perfection. I think that is the true secret to stopping the overthinking cycle.
So, how do we actually move our feet? We've talked about the mindset, but we need a method, and that method is micro wins. You have to shrink the goal until it feels impossible to fail.
Shrink the goal. But Oliver, I want big results. I want to speak like a native and run a successful company. How does shrinking the goal help me get there?
Because overthinking happens when the mountain looks too tall. If you think about the 10,000 hours you need to master something, your brain gets tired and quits before you begin.
That makes sense. It's overwhelming. So, instead of climbing the mountain in one day, I should just focus on putting on my shoes?
Exactly. A micro win is a task that takes less than 5 minutes. If you want to write a book, your micro win for today is writing one paragraph, or even one sentence.
One sentence, that feels almost too easy. But I suppose if I write one sentence, I am no longer a person who is thinking about writing. I am officially a writer.
Bingo! You are changing your identity through action. In English, a micro win could be recording a 30-second voice note for yourself, or learning 3 new words and using them in one text message.
It's about momentum, isn't it? Small wins create dopamine in the brain. And dopamine makes you want to do it again tomorrow.
It's the snowball effect. You don't need motivation to start a micro win because it's too small to be scary. But after 100 micro wins, you look back and realize you have moved a mile.
I love this because it eliminates the excuse of not having time. Everyone has 5 minutes. If you say you don't have 5 minutes, you are lying to yourself.
We all have the time, we just lack the courage to start small. We want the grand opening, the big applause. But real growth happens in the quiet micro wins that nobody sees.
So stop planning the marathon and just walk around the block. Stop looking for the perfect course and just learn one phrase right now.
Action is the antidote to anxiety. The moment you act, the overthinking stops. We are reaching the end of our session today, but I want to leave you with a final thought. This ability to stop overthinking is a superpower that transfers to every part of your life.
You mean if I learn to just start with my English, it will help me in my job or my relationships too?
Absolutely. It's the same muscle. When you prove to yourself that you can survive a mistake in English, you become a braver person in general. You become someone who takes risks.
It's like a domino effect. One small act of courage knocks down the next one, and suddenly your whole life is moving forward.
Exactly. Overthinking keeps you frozen in the past or the future. Action keeps you in the present. And the present is the only place where change can actually happen.
Wow, Oliver. I feel so inspired to just do. I think I'm going to stop overthinking the ending of this podcast and just say what's in my heart.
Go for it, Sophie.
Thank you all for listening to English Flash Talk. This episode was about more than words. It was about your potential. We know you have big dreams, and we know you are capable.
Don't let your brain be your enemy. Make it your partner. If you've been waiting for a sign to start that one thing, this is it. This is your sign.
Right now, as soon as this audio ends, do one small thing. Write that email, speak that sentence, take that first step. Don't think, just start.
Let us know in the comments what your first step was today. We want to celebrate your micro wins with you.
Subscribe to stay connected with this community of doers. We are here to remind you that you are enough exactly as you are.
Keep moving, stay brave, and keep flashing.
We'll see you in the next flash. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.